Good afternoon, students. Anyone please confirm me if my voice is audible? Anyone please unmute your mic and please confirm if my voice is audible. Okay, thank you. So this is the fourth session for unit 3. So almost in the last three sessions, I have covered about the theoretical concept of context-free grammar. Okay. Like context-free grammar, actually, what type of a grammar which is the type? Actually four types of a grammar which is available in automata theory. So what type which belongs to context free grammar? Kindly post your answer in the chat box. What type? What's the number? Context free grammar. Yes, type 2. Okay. So what is type 3 grammar? What is type 3 grammar? Type 2, which is context free grammar. Type 3, regular. Yes. So regular grammar, which is the type 3 grammar. And what is the automata for the type 3 grammar? That is regular grammar. Automata for regular grammar. Yes. Finite automata. So finite automata, there are variations in finite automata, that is deterministic DFA, NFA, epsilon, NFA. Okay, so it's a common thing, finite automata. Yes, good. Then context-free grammar. What's the automata for accepting context-free grammar? Yes, push-down automata. Very good. So push-down automata. Okay, so which is the push-down automata, which is for type 2 grammar, that is context-free grammar. So actually, so I will take one of the application, that is a compiler. So what's the first phase of compiler? So I have told already this topic. So once in unit 2. Okay, what's the first phase of compiler? So compiler, which is the one of the application, so of both finite automata as well as context-free grammar, Python automata. Okay, what's the first phase of compiler? Anyone please recall the content, previous content. The first topic, first session in unit 2. So I already talk about this. So any guess? What's the first phase of compiler? What actually happened in the first phase of compiler? What actually happened in the first phase of compiler? No idea. Is there idea? No idea. Actually, yes, very good. Lexical analysis. Okay. So this is the first phase of compiler. Okay, so lexical analysis. So lexical analysis means your program is converted into tokens. Okay, based on some patterns. Okay, so finite automata, which played a major role in the lexical analysis to identify the patterns. The patterns may be a keyword, that may be a variable. Okay, so many things. Your program is divided into pattern. Okay, tokens based on some pattern rules. Okay, so finite automata, which is that is regular language, which have played a major role in the first phase of compiler. In the second phase, actually, the second phase, which is syntax analysis. Okay, so the first phase, your program is converted to token. In the second phase, the token are syntax analysis. Syntax analysis means the errors are generatable. So syntax analysis is context-free grammar. Played a major role in syntax analysis. The main thing, which is your program, your tokens are converted into parse tree. Okay, so some parsing have been taken in the second phase of compiler. Okay, so context-free grammar. So Python automata had been played a major role in the second phase of compiler. Okay, so for this session, we will see about some problems. Okay, so almost the theoretical part is over. So context-free grammar, one of the easiest topics to compare with all other remaining units, 5 units, which is the one of the easiest topic in the unit 3. Okay, so actually in unit 3, we have divided the topic as context-free grammar and Python automata. The first part, which is very easy for you, okay, compared with the second part. And also in the unit 4, first part, which is very easy compared with the second part. The second part, which is unit 4, Turing machine. Okay, so context-free grammar, which is one of the easiest topic in theory of computation. Okay, so let me see, let me tell how some problems. Let me show some problems. Shift my screen. So this is the problem. Okay. So what is the problem here? So you have to write the context-free grammar. Construct context-free grammar for the language L, which has all the strings which are all palindrome. Okay, so you are going to construct the context-free grammar for the palindrome over the set A, comma B. Okay, so input alphabets are A, comma B. So palindrome means your string W, which is equal to W reverse, right? So W equal to W reverse, which is the palindrome. Okay, so another way of representing a palindrome, which is W equal to W reverse. Okay, so we are going to construct context-free grammar for the problem palindrome. So over the alphabet sigma equal to A, comma B. Okay, the first step. So before writing the grammar for this problem, so we have to write first the language for this problem. Okay, so see here your language. We are going to write the language means a language. The strings, collection of strings over the alphabet. Keep it in mind. A, comma B. Okay, so language. First, we have to write the language starting with a simple string. So I have already mentioned you have to write the language starting with a simple string. Okay, so you have to post an answer for any strings available for the language. Yes, A, B, B, A, B, A. So very good. Okay, listen. Yeah, so as instructed you, start the language with a simple string. So A, B, B. This is the right one. Okay. So first I have to write the language for the problem. So L, very simple string AA, BB, because W, which is AA means W reverse, AA, both are same. So again, then A, this is also same thing, so A, B, A. Okay, if the string if the string starting with the B means B, B, B. Okay, then B, A, B. Then like A, B, B, A. Okay, so this is the language. So see here, first you have to encounter the language. So overlook on this language. If it starts with A means what's the second step? We are going to write the grammar for this language. That is context-free grammars. Okay. So see here, if the string starting with A means it's ending with A, right? If it is see here starting with A part, if it starts with A means ending with A. If it starts with A means it's also ends with A. It starts with A means it is also ends with A. So right. So before writing the grammar, so grammar context-free grammar means how many tuples are in context-free grammar? How many tuples? How many tuples are in context-free grammar? 4. Yes, 4. So what are all? Your 4. So what are all? Sanjay Charan, actually 4. So 5 means finite automata, quintuples. Your finite automata, whether it is DFI, NFI, epsilon, NFI, these categories having the tuple values as 5. That is why they call quintuples. But here context-free grammar, only 4. Okay, that is NT, SPRPS. Okay, sometimes BTPS in your textbook they have given the name as BTPS, B for non-terminal. Okay, so other name for non-terminal. So what's the other name for non-terminal? What is the other name for non-terminal? Non-terminal. Yes, variable. Yes, non-terminal means variable. Variable means it is vary. Right? Recursively, we can apply instead of non-terminal. Okay. So terminal means it may be your input. It may be some operators. Okay, that is terminal. And then yes means starting terminal. Okay. Then P means production rules. So the second step you are going to write the production rules. Okay. So for making the production rules, first you have to overlook your language. First, if a string starts with A means again it ends with A, right? So here using only one non-terminal, so which is yes. Okay, so which is yes. See here, if it is if any string starting with A means it should be ends with A. In between some recursive part. Okay, see here this is recursively that things are varying. Recursively that things are varying here. Here that is no any string. Okay, so recursively some things are added in between. So I have replaced the recursive part. In the place of recursive part, I have replaced non-terminal. Okay, here I am choosing the name of non-terminal. A simple only one non-terminal, that is yes. Okay, so A, yes, this is the one production rule. Next, again one more second production rule. If a string like A, if it is starting with A means that string should end with A, right? See here, if it starts with B means, if it starts with B means it ends with B. If it starts with B means here also ends with B. Okay, so in between some recursive part is added. So the same thing I have to write. If it is starts with B means it should ends with B. Okay, ends with B. So in between a recursive part. Okay, yes. Okay. Next, I should replace the non-terminals, right? So I should replace the non-terminals. Yes, in place of what I should write here? Replace the non-terminal by the terminal. Yes, yes, right. Yes, epsilon. Epsilon is also right. So yes is replaced by A, and also S is replaced by B, and also S is replaced by epsilon. Okay. See here, if AA means one of the string, that is one of the string, that is AA, right? A simple string. Okay, how can we derive this string? Okay, since it is starting with A, I will choose this production number rule. So I will just name the production. This is production number 1, 2, 3, or almost the production rules, almost the productions are over. Okay, it's the 5 productions for palindrome. If A means I have to derive this string. How can I derive this string? Okay, so that is the part comes to the derivation. Okay, so if you want to derive something from the production rule means that is called derivation. Okay, from this string starting with A means I will choose S tends to A, S, A. Okay, then this is the for if I choose the production number 1. Okay, then what production I should choose for next iteration? The production number, which is suitable production number to derive the string AA. This is the suitable production number to derive the string A. Yes, production number 5. Okay. So based on the production number 5, S is replaced by epsilon. Okay, so the string is derived. Okay, this is called actually, this is called sentence. In your a technical term, this is called sentence. Okay. And this is called, so what is this? One more technical, as I've already Geeta mentioned, the technical term. If any incoming, if any intermediate state has only one non-terminal means, which is called, any guess? If any, these are ASA, which is the intermediate string, right? Uh, that intermediate string has only one non-terminal. If it has only one non-terminal means, that is the technical term. This is yes, semi-terminal sentential form. Okay, the term is sentential form. Here we are giving the name as sentential form. These are some technical terms. Okay, this is sentential form. So actually, this is called the derivation. Since actually, what are the two types of derivation? Any guess? Two types in derivation, but here only one non-terminal is using for this problem. Yes, okay. So actually, two types of derivations are possible. So any guess? That is leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. Here number of non-terminal which is 1. If the non-terminal which is 1 means the leftmost derivation and the rightmost derivation. Okay, both are actually same. Okay. So actually the types of derivation is two types, leftmost derivation and rightmost derivation. Okay. So the step number two, first step number one, write the language. Step number two, write the production rule. Step number three is the tuples. You have to write the tuples, the four tuples. Okay. So four tuples, what are VTPS? It's in your textbook. Okay. Hopcroft, your textbook, the author give the name as tuples VTPS. So G equal VTPS. Okay. So where, what is V? What is V here? V. V means non-terminal, right? Ah, yes, V means non-terminal. What I should write? Yes, 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 which is the non-terminal. V is non-terminal. Yes is the non-terminal. Okay, which is almost in the form of capital letter. Okay, then terminal. So what are all the terminal? So terminals are A, B, only A, B. One more thing, epsilon. Epsilon, you should include epsilon in the terminal place only. Okay. So A, B, epsilon. Okay. Next, what is the starting non-terminal? The same thing, yes only. Okay. Then what are all the production rules? You have to write the production rules. That is the first production rule. S tends to A, S, A. Second one, S tends to B, S, B. And this is not the right way. So I have to write S tends to A, S, A, or B, S, B, or you can have A, because all are starting with S only, right? Only one non-terminal, so all are starting with S only. So A, B, epsilon. This is the way how to write this problem. Okay, very simple problem. We are asking for a 2 marks or any subroutines in the part B question. Okay, the first step, you have to write the language. Second step, you have to write the production rules. The third step, you have to write the four tuple values for the grammar. Okay, the name of the grammar here is G. Okay, G here is nothing but the context-free grammar. Okay, the problem number one. So I almost cover all the exercise problem. Okay. Then problem number two. Any girls, if you are ready to try to write the production rule, means do it. Okay. What is the so here construct a grammar generating L equal to W plus C. Okay, that is C. W, C, W reverse, and W, which is the input alphabet. It may be the combination of A comma B. Okay. So this is also one of the repeated question. L equal to, you have to write the grammar. You have to construct the grammar for the language W, C, W reverse, W, which is the combination of A, B. Okay. So what's the first step? You have to write the language, right? So you have to write the language for the first step. Okay. So language, yes, A, C, A, B, C, B. Okay, this is the language. Okay. So A, C, A, B, C, B. Then here I am writing A, B, C, the reverse part, B, A. Okay. Then A, C. What's the reverse part? The same thing, A. If it is starting with B means B, B, C, the reverse part which is also B, B, right? If it is B, A means B, A, C, reverse part, A, B. Okay. So obviously this is the infinite language. Okay. Step number one, which is over. Okay. What is the step number two? So you have to write the production rules, right? production rules. Okay. So anyone please try to write the production rules. W power reverse. For a single A means the reverse is also same. Okay. Reverse. Production rule. Almost the previous problem and this problem is almost the same. Instead of one term which is added additionally C. Okay. So the previous problem, that is palindrome, sometimes they have not declared explicitly as palindrome. They are just giving the language L equal to, that is W reverse, actually which is the form of palindrome, right? W equal to W power reverse. I'm asking you to write the production rule. First production rule. See, yeah, okay. Yes, C, yes, okay. So actually, I'm starting with a simple production rule. Okay, and this is and Sanjay Charan, which is also right. Okay, and simple production rule. Same, yes. If it is starting with A, it's also ending with A, right? If it is starting with A, it's also ending with A. Here also. Okay. So in between, yes. Okay, C. Then C, yes. If it is starting with B, it is also ending with B. Okay, so in between, yes. Okay. Next, uh, S tends to C. These three production rules are enough. Okay. Next, I will try to one language here. First language B, A, C. Whether I will check this production rules is right or wrong. Okay. I want to derive this language based on the production rule. Okay. Since it is starting with B, I will choose the production number 1. This is the production number 1. This is the production number 2. This is the production number 3. I'm starting with the production number 2. S tends to B, S, B. This is the based on the production number 2. Okay. So B. So next I will choose the production number 1, right? The production number, if I choose the production number 1, then S is replaced by A, S, A, then B. Okay. Next. What's the next thing? Production number 3. Yes. 3. Based on the production number 3, B, A, C, A, B. Yes, that string is derived. So almost our production rules are right. Okay. This is the way to check your production rule, whether it is right or wrong. Next, you have to write the grammar. Okay, grammar, that is BTPS. So here B is nothing but here S only, right? So terminal, here terminal A, B, C. Okay, C is the terminal. And starting state here, which is yes only, and the production rule. So yes tends to A, yes, A, R, B, yes, B, in the R, C. This is the production rule. This problem is almost over. Next, very simple. Next problem. Shall I continue this problem? Any query? Shall I continue? Okay. It's a very simple one. Construct a context-free grammar which consists of all the strings having at least one occurrence of 0, 0, 0. So I forgot to add alphabet. Okay. All the strings having at least one occurrence of 0, 0, 0. Okay. So first step, we have to write the language, right? We have to write the language. Okay, this is your part. Yes, s equal to 1 plus 0. Uh, what do you mean, Sanjay Charan? S equal to 1 plus 0. Yes, sir, sigma. Sigma equal to 1 plus 0 star. 1 combination, 0 combination. Actually, what's the language? What's the language? Starting with the simple strings. So many people are lefting. I don't know why. Yes, 0, 0, 0. Yes, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Yes, very good. A minimal string 0, 0, 0. Okay, if it is starting with 1 means 1, 0, 0, 0. If it is ending with also 1, okay, so many things are possible. 0, if it is starting with 0 means 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So many things are possible. Okay, then I have to, next step, I have to write the production rule. Okay, so overlook on your language. So in your language, so where it is? See here, um, this is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 is there. This is one occurrence. This is also one occurrence. Okay, so this is also one occurrence. So before triple zero and after triple zero, some recursive part is added, right? So before triple zero and after the triple zero, some recursive part is added. So in the second step, I have to write the production rule. The production rule, which is s equal to yes, one one time triple zero is added. Yes, both are recursive. So I have to replace. What are the ways to replace? Either it may be 0, or either it may be 1, or either it may be what? It may be epsilon, right? Either it may be epsilon. Okay, so this is the production rule. Okay, this is our production rule. Next step, we have to write the language. Okay, language, that is VPPS. So V, it is here, yes, only terminals 0, 1, epsilon. Starting simple is also yes. And then production rules. Instance to yes. One time 0, yes. Else 0, 1, epsilon. Okay. It's almost third, almost over. See, this is the problem. For example, sometimes they have given the input as regular expression. Okay. So you have to construct context free grammar for the regular expression. The regular expressions, nothing but very simple, 0 plus 1 whole closure. Actually, what do you mean on this regular expression? That is 0 closure, 1 closure, and 0 1 closure, right? 0 appeared on 1 or many times, 1 should be appeared on 1 or many times, and 0 1 combinations are appear. Okay. So, what is the language? What's the language? So, it starts with a minimal string. Okay. Yes. Uh, as it is 0 plus 1 closure, okay, it's a closure, clean closure, right? So clean closure, it's not a positive closure, it's a clean closure. So it should start with epsilon, right? The language, as usual, you have to write the language for regular expression means, since it is a closure part, you have to write the epsilon. Epsilon, 0, 1, then all 0, 0 combination, 1, 1 combination, 0, 1 combination. So, okay. all combinations of 0, 1 is possible. Infinite. Next, I'm going to write the grammar part. Okay. So grammar part, which is this is the first step. The grammar part, which is very simple. Yes means string starting with 0. Then recursive part. Okay. Some string starting with 1. Then recursive part. And you can include epsilon. Okay. You should include epsilon. For example, if you take 0, 1, 0, the string 0, 1, 0. I want to derive the string 0, 1, 0. Okay. Since it is starting with 0, I will choose the production number 1. So based on the production number 1, which is 0, yes. Okay. Next what? It should start with 1, right? Based on the production number 2, you have to replace yes with 1 yes. Okay. Next 0, 1 yes. Yes, which is part 0. So starting with 0 yes based on the production number 1, which is 0 was 1, 0 yes. Right? Then based on the production number 3, it is yes is replaced by epsilon 0, 1, 0. Okay. So this is the production number 1, this is the production number 2, this is the production number 3. Okay, your productions are right. And next step I have to write the grammar. Equal BTPS. Okay. So B, which is the non-terminal, that is yes. Then P, that is terminal, that is 0, 1, epsilon. Then yes means starting state, which is also yes. Then production rule. Zero yes or 1 yes or epsilon. Okay. This problem is also over. I have come over with one more problem. One type of problem. As you see, these are the problem. The previous 3 problems, which is the part of how to construct context-free grammar. Okay. And in this problem, very simple one, they have given a grammar. Okay. Let G equal to S comma C. Then A comma B. Then production rule, starting simple. So which means BTPS. Okay. Where production rules, they have also given production rules also, where P consists of S tends to A to A, and C tends to here number of non-terminals, which is 2. A, C, A. A, C, A or B. Okay, this is the production rules they have given. So your problem statement is find the language of this grammar. It's very simple. Okay. So for the solution, this is one of very simple part B question. First, you have same thing. You have to write the language. If you are writing the language only, then you can able to guess the type of language. Language. Swati, what do you mean by two? Here, language first. What's a simple language? I'm asking you students, you have to write the language for this production rules. Okay. A, B. Here, A, B are terminals. Okay. A, B are Swati, A and B. Okay, so both are terminals. Non-terminals means capital S, capital C. Both are non-terminals. Okay. Okay. A, B, A. B, just actually A, B, A, just write. How can I? Oh, yes, you're adding the terminal part, right? Okay, so first I have to write the language, a meaningful language, A, B, A, it is possible. Then A, A, B, A, A, which is also possible. Then A, 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 B, A, 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 which is also possible. Okay, first if I will take this A, B, A, right? So if I starting with S tends to A, C, A. Okay, A, C, A. Then C, which is replaced by again A, C, A. Okay, again A, C, A, A. Okay, then C is replaced by B. A, A, B, A, A. Okay, so this string is right. Actually, uh, what's the type of this language? Just overlook on the variety of strings. Yes, type means context-free grammar, right? You have to write the language in the like if it is palindrome means in the previous case W W power reverse, right? L equal to W C W power reverse. This is the way of writing the language. Okay, here I am writing the combination of strings. Okay, but the type of actually you have to write the language in the perfect way. So any guess? A is repeat. How many times is A is repeated? That time is A is repeated after B, right? So A power n. Okay, I will start. I will start the answer. A power n. It starts with A power n. Okay, A power n. Next, so you have to write the language in the proper way, which represent the overall strings, which represents a single term, which represents the overall strings. Yes, A power n, B, A power n. Yes, this is the right way to write the language for this problem. Okay, so language of this grammar. Okay, which is nothing but this is the right way. A power n. How many times A's are repeated? That times are again repeated after B, right? A power n. Okay, so see here n is greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so this is the way of how to write the language for this grammar. Okay, so clear? It's almost four problems. Okay, first problem, construct context-free grammar. Okay, second problem, uh, first problem for palindrome. Second problem, WCW power reverse. Okay, third problem, a single occurrence of 000, right? And fourth, this is the problem. And five more minutes are there, right? You will write the language. Actually, problem. You have to find, that is the same problem. Find L of G. Okay, find L of G for G which is grammar, the production rules. They have written the production rules. A, S, B, B, S, A, B. 4 minutes are there, so you have to find the language for this. That is the production rules. They have given us input. Okay, you have to find the production. You have to find the language L of G. Okay, take your time. 4 minutes. Now take a paper. Yes, Sanjay Charan, just right. Okay, I instructed all the students, almost 132 students are here, to take a paper and write the language for this problem. Okay, it's a very easy problem because the production rules are already given. So you have to first you have to find the correct strings. Okay, the respective strings for this problem. You have to write the language with the respective strings. Then you have to write the LFG. Okay, language. Okay, language. Yes, language is it's almost right. Sanjay Charan is beautiful. And language is almost right. LFG. You have to write the LFG. Actually, after B part, A part it will come. First one which is right. B part will come. So what about other? Any other? Try to confirm. Keetana, Vignesh, Swati. Challamaulika. Very perfect. Anyone confirm Challamaulika answer? This is right or wrong? A power n, B power 2n. So I think after B, there is no combination of A after B. So any other, please confirm A power n and B power 2n. This is right or wrong? Rakesh from B section, Prasanna. Only two people are answering here. Gayatri, Gokul, George Samuel. What about you guys? Whether you have received the answer, LFG. Nandini. Okay. Yes. Okay. So actually, what's the language? LFG, which is language of its grammar. A power n, B power 2, where n greater than or equal to 1. Okay. So this is the language for this problem. Okay. Okay. For the next session, I will come over with some set of problems. Okay. If any doubt, then ask. For this session, I think I'm the one of one man army. Any doubt? Okay, students, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.